Hey guys, it's Bailey. Welcome back to the channel and thank you so much for tuning in to what is going to be a super quick review of the new L'Oreal Infallible Pro Matte Liquid Lipsticks. I didn't plan on filming today in case you're like thinking I'm super shiny or that my hair looks stringy, or I didn't plan on sitting down to film this. I sat down at like 8:30 this morning, filmed a face of new products that I'm using and testing. And so I didn't plan on sitting down to film right now, but for reasons that we'll get into very, very shortly, I had to. So that explains the appearance. L'Oreal sent me an awesome box of goodies. It includes some powders, some concealers. I'm not sure if all of it's new, but in that box was the whole color range of the Pro Matte Liquid Lipsticks. This isn't the first time I'm trying them. I've experimented with a couple of shades before, but all of them kind of later on in the day when I was kind of looking for a new lip to try and throw on. So I would put it on, but kind of knowing that it was more so testing the feel and the look over the wear time because it was just too late in the day. I knew I was going to have to take it off sooner than it would naturally wear away itself. So this is my first full day of testing. I applied this guy. The shade that I'm wearing, by the way, is Roseblood. I applied it at 8:30 this morning. Guys, it is 6:49 as I make this video right now, and I have not touched it up. I haven't touched this once. I had already eaten breakfast by the time I applied it, but I've been sipping coffee and water all day. I ate lunch, snacking. I just ate dinner. For dinner, I had a bowl of pho, and so it wasn't not greasy. Let's put it that. Like, there's oil and chili oil, things like that in it, so it wasn't a not greasy dish, and there's like minimal wear and tear here in the center of my lips. So, in fact, I mean, it's not transferring. It's like insane. So yeah, that is why I felt compelled to sit down and make this video for you here right now. These guys retail for around 10 bucks like any drugstore product. Depending on where you find it, you might find that they have in-store coupons or sales or things like that, but just know that like roughly they retail for around 10 bucks. It's actually super close to the price point, actually identical. The Maybelline lip ink. Is that what they're called? Matte lip ink, I believe. The lip inks, these guys, I reviewed them a while back, really, really like them. These retail for around 10 bucks too, but a couple of you had talked about not liking the sticky texture. There is like a little bit of a tackiness that gets left behind even when these are totally dry. There is no transfer with them, but there is a texture there that's not totally undetectable. A lot of you got that just wasn't for some of you guys, and so that's something that I think this will appeal to you for, is that lack of texture. This is more, unlike the lip ink, which is a pretty smooth, thin liquid. It lays on your lips, feels very thin, almost like second skin. This is a little thicker. It feels more like a mousse texture, but once it dries down, it is undetectable. It's super smooth, super lightweight. I would say it's a little bit more comfortable than the Maybelline lip inks even. The Maybelline are very thin, but when you apply them, I kind of get that slight tightness, the slight shriveling of the lips, which sounds super unflattering. Shriveling might be the wrong word. It's like very, very subtle, but there's definitely something there to it, whereas the softness of the matte texture here, it feels, I'm a little shocked it's not totally transfer proof because it has that soft, velvety matte texture to it. There are 12 shades in the collection. Like I said, this Roseblood is the only one that I've given the full day wear test to, but I can say that the other shades that I have tried apply beautifully. I think you'll see it in the swatches as I show them, but they apply totally opaque at the first pass. You get plenty of product on the pretty typical tapered L'Oreal doe foot tip here. It's a nice wand to give you a precise application, whether it's your Cupid's bow or getting a nice crisp line. I do like these applicators for that. And you don't have to worry about having to re-dip the product, getting too much product at the second pass, and then getting too much product on your lips to make a mess all over the place. You really get enough product just with one pull out of the tube to go in and directly apply to your lips. Now, before I give these the official kiss of approval, the one last thing I do want to do is go in and reapply them. So I'm going to go in. There is like no change in texture. Like, it doesn't bunch up around the existing product. There's no clumpiness or flakiness or anything like that. You can see a little bit of a change in color, like the older stuff is a little bit more faded, plummy purple, whereas the fresh stuff is a little bit more brown undertoned and deeper hued, but not enough to be super noticeable. I mean, this is a good way to touch up. If the only place that wears away on your lips is the center of your lips, it makes it super easy to touch up. Maybe, dare I say, without a mirror? I don't know. I don't want to jinx it, but I might say I might try it. I might live to regret it. I don't know. We'll see. But I just have to say I'm really impressed. In the event you're looking for another good matte lip product from the drugstore, and especially if you found the lip inks from Maybelline weren't for you because of that tacky texture or they just weren't comfortable on your lips, I would recommend you go ahead and check out the Pro Matte from L'Oreal. The one thing I could see people not absolutely loving about this collection is the shade range, although there are 12, so it's a nice, like, it's a broad spectrum. It is for fall, and I can really tell that in looking at the collection as a whole, because they tend to be muted or dustier shades. Like, instead of a true mauve, it's like a slightly grayy, dusty mauve, and the same with the lilac, and the same, you know, there's like a yellow toned brown that's like the perfect 90s brown in my opinion, but is more of a fall, you know, might not be everyone's year-round go-to depending on how you like to swap out and wear your shades throughout the year. I don't mind one bit because I could wear this year-round. I could wear a mauve or a lilac year-round. I'm pretty good with it all, but that's the one thing that I could see someone looking at this shade range and thinking they didn't see something for them in there. But that's kind of it. Other than that, they are pretty awesome, and I really recommend you check them out if you're either looking for a good matte drugstore lip, long-lasting matte drugstore lipstick, and especially if you happen to try the Maybelline lip inks and found they were too uncomfortable or you didn't like the tacky texture, you know, for whatever reason, if you didn't like the Maybelline matte lip ink, this is an excellent alternative from the drugstore to check out. So that's it from me, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and I will catch you in the next video. Bye, guys.